cold, we coasting, cold. Keep watching me when Bob still keep real and fame. Dance with my dogs in the nighttime. In the kitchen, wrist twisted like it's stir fry. Whip it in the kitchen, wrist twisted like it's stir fry. Whip it in the kitchen, wrist twisted like it's stir fry. Whip it in the kitchen, wrist twisted like it's stir fry. I'll take a whip it, intermission, let the birds fly. I get money, turn the
I'm Agent Sully.
Miami Culture Maven.
Vision, Solo, and we're the glass half full, where the conversation is always engaging, super rich, and entertaining. Say, yo, if you like the content, hit the subscribe button. If you like it, love it, hate it, drop us a comment.
Well, don't need it.
So what don't you mean? Why are you looking like that today? You seem kind of angry because the topic that you brought up today, I think it's going to elicit some anger in people. I don't know. Like, I really don't know. So why are you so angry today?
Tell them why you mad, son.
Why you mad, son?
Well, I'm gonna let you know why I'm mad. I'm mad because I feel like I'm always dealing with crab-ass niggas. All right? Crab-ass niggas. I see them in every facet of life. They make me not want to be around my own people. Crab-ass niggas. Y'all probably want to know what a crab-ass nigga is,
Yeah,
right?
what do you mean by that?
A crab-ass nigga, he's miserable, he's ignorant, he's angry for no damn reason, he's hurt, and he stays draining my energy. I got no time for it. I got no time for it. You see them in all facets of life. Just makes my skin crawl.
So when you say crap-ass niggas and it makes you not want to be around your people, to me there's like, I have a lot of different perspectives that come into my mind because I'm like, okay, crab-ass people in general, niggas in general, my people. It sounds to me like we may be talking about 3 different groups that somehow converge.
Yeah, well, they all in one to me, okay? It's black, miserable people, black people, African. I don't care what you want to call them. I don't care if they from the Caribbean. I don't care if they from America. I don't care anywhere they from, all right? Just miserable, ignorant, just crab-ass niggas. Always ain't never happy, ain't never got nothing positive to say, always want to bring you down. It's just, you know, they don't uplift my soul in no sense of the word. No sense of the word.
So I mean, you're talking about niggas as a color, but I don't see niggas as a color, personally.
Well,
I see niggas as an action. Like, if you act in a certain manner, you carry yourself in a certain manner, you dress in a certain manner, you speak in a certain manner, then you are a nigga. It's a culture to me, and that's why there's so much divide in what that term means. Can we actually use it openly? Is it okay that we're making this video and we say nigga 100 times?
It's too bad. I say nigga 100 times every morning. Makes my teeth white. Nigga, 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 nigga.
What defines a nigga?
I'm gonna keep it simple. Niggas is people with bad behavior. So it ain't gotta necessarily be white. It ain't gotta necessarily be Hispanic. All right, just bad behavior individuals. You know what I mean? Individuals who are more likely to bring you down than to help you up. Individuals who always want something. They want more out than what they put in. You know, niggas always want a free ride. You know, and niggas will never want to put no work in. And niggas is lazy.
He mad.
Lazy.
Yeah, he kind of mad.
I'm angry.
He mad.
Yeah, I'm angry. I'm angry.
Is Tim still asleep?
I think so.
He sure is one lazy nigger.
Good morning, Mom. Morning, Dad.
Good morning.
You know, so did you say it's a mindset?
Yeah, it's a mindset, but unfortunately, you know, I'm always around my own people, so I see that mindset quite frequently in my own people, you know, and that's probably what hurts me the most because it reduces the likelihood of me having pride in my own people, you know, and that hurts. That hurts. So maybe that's why I like to stay in my solitude. That's the reason why I don't want nobody, you know, peeping me and knowing who I be.
Tell them why you mad, son.
I'm just telling you, oh my God.
Well, you're angry, but I mean, if we talking about crap-ass niggas, like, why are they the way that they are? They're also miserable. They're also angry. They're pretty much ignorant of the fact that they're in that position by choice, because really, once you decide to educate yourself, you don't have to act like the same way you were brought up, right? So they are also in pain. They're draining you because they're also in pain.
Question. niggas you see trying to educate themselves.
Oh boy.
Never ever.
Ever.
That's not true.
You got to show me.
Okay, we will. There's educators out there,
Okay.
plentiful. So it's just a matter of the people who happen to be in our environment. I mean, because, like, seriously, we're in South Florida, right? So niggerdom is high. There's a high level of niggerdom in South Florida, let's be honest. What y'all think?
I think it's potent. It's real potent out there
It's a
right
strong,
Yeah.
strong,
It's a strong-
strain
now. It's strong.
of niggerdom.
Yeah, it's like a potent perfume.
Perfume.
Yeah.
So
Stank.
what you thinking of there?
I mean, I agree. It's very concentrated. The level of niggerdom down here in South Florida.
So why do you think they exist?
You know what? I thought about it, and instead of allowing myself to get extremely angry about the whole situation, I'll try to understand by educating myself where it comes from. And you know, I do believe a large portion of it is, you know, for lack of a better word, they don't really know who they are. They have no foundation. They have nothing to hold on to. There's no bar set for them to try to strive and reach towards, you know? So they just settle and just go for any and everything and let emotions, run, this their daily way of living and life and thinking.
But not just emotions. I mean, the entertainment industry allows them to thrive. So, I mean, it's pretty popular to be a nigga. But, I mean, Marcus Garvey said specifically, a tree without roots, what happens to it? It will fall. There's no way that it can stand. So, I mean, if you ask yourself, like, what country is called nigga? Where do niggas come from? What language is nigga? There is no derivative. People don't know where they come from, and that's why they just gravitate towards whatever is out there. Whatever looks good, oh, I can gravitate towards that. Chinese people aren't like that because why? They have a land, they have a culture, they have a language, they have traditions. If you know your traditions, you don't fall into alignment with what is not of you. Niggas don't act like themselves. Niggas act like niggas.
Well,
Okay.
Another thing I think is, apart from them not knowing who they are, they're hurt. And the only way that they can mitigate that hurt is by trying to make somebody else hurt more. At least that's what it seems like. And it's sad. And it makes me angry, that it is so sad. And we can't see a way to dig our way out of that deep hole of sadness.
But could it be because they feel stuck or trapped?
Could be.
Just in the mentality and everything that they've grown up around, they just don't see any way out. There's no incentive for them to be better or be different, because that's all they're surrounded by.
They've never been loved.
All right.
Okay, so we talk all the time, all of us are from Caribbean descent, right? So we talk about the difference that we see in, take for instance, our Hispanic brothers and sisters, and how they are openly affectionate while we aren't necessarily that. As a matter of fact, probably 90 times out of 100, we are not affectionate, right? So if that's the case with Caribbean people, I'm assuming that that's the same case with Black Americans as well, where they're not showing love to each other all the time, like within the household. Because I'm always going back to the foundation, right? It's going to start at home. Your foundation is what makes you who you are. You know what I mean?
You're more likely to catch an ass whooping than a hug in a black, in a African American household. That's just my opinion. Ass whoopings were
I don't think your mamas are like that. I just think that. Do not do the side mouth right now. I'm just saying, it's not everybody. It's a matter of who you're around. All right, so I mean, in South Florida, right, there's a high level of nigga. We spoke about that. So what are examples of that we see that makes us say there's a higher level here than maybe someplace else? Maybe in Chicago, where there's a high percentage of Black billionaires, where there are educated people, but the hood is still the hood.
I was going to say, what about Chirac?
Chirac is Chirac. I'm saying the hood is the hood, but no matter where you go, I'm just talking about the level. It seems to me that we are submerged in niggerdom. It's heavy down here.
Well, you know why? Because you brought up a good point, right? And it got me thinking. You mentioned media, right? And I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I think there's like a huge oversaturation of niggerdom that's projected to us.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost like its own subcategory of pop culture. Mm-hmm. So it's these images that's projected to us, and we can even talk about it from like when we were young, stuff that we would see on TV that we've engrafted and ingrained into our ideology. So now it's in us, you know what I'm saying? Where we might not even thought that before, because we've seen it and it catches on, and everybody else is kind of on the same wave. Now we got that identity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like take this generation right now. We already know what the wave is. You know, we know the drug culture and all the stuff that they kind of take to right now, which does have a low end kind of wave to it, if you understand what I'm
It's
saying.
like the 60s is back, kind of, where everybody's talking about drug culture all the time, and like you wear shirts that say drugs and hats that say drugs, and it's just a regular thing now. It's not taboo anymore.
Right. So to translate it to like us here in Miami now, think about it, like a lot of the stuff that we see that is nigga, it is that same thing. You know, there's a certain way you dress because it's what we've seen. It's what we've seen popular on TV. You know, the grills. You know what I'm saying? The fronts, all of the above. You know what I'm saying? So I think maybe it's learned behavior.
Well, it's definitely learned behavior because, again, they don't know who they are. But okay, so it's learned behavior. That means it can be unlearned, right? How do we help to change the mentality, right? Because, I mean, each one teach one, right? If we're in a dark room and I light my candle and I can light yours and you can light his and he can light his, then there'll be light in the room. So it's one person that you can make a difference with, right? And if you made that difference with that one person, then you did what you were supposed to do. So how can we each reach out to somebody and make that slight difference in their perception of the reality?
I think it needs to start with ourselves. To either change yourself that you want to see in others.
Exactly.
I think we gotta show them some love because that's the missing part of the equation. So yeah, granted, they don't know who they are, right? You don't know your land, you don't know your culture, you don't know your bloodline, you don't know the history of what happened, but you have to know love.
My question is, how do I show love when I've never been loved?
And most of us don't know how to love ourselves.
And you cannot give what you do not have.
Correct.
I tell my yoga students that all the time.
Sad, man.
Well, first of all, I'm gonna tell you right now that I don't know how it ended up so, but you definitely know how to show love. What? I'm telling you.
Don't be dry snitching. Don't be dry snitching.
You definitely do. If I go to this dude's house, he's gonna fill me up with food.
Always.
What do I want? Nah, what do you want, Trey? I got everything. What you want? He opened them cupboards, I'm eating all of that shit. Yes, I want everything, I'm greedy, whatever. Give me the food. That's a form of showing love, you know what I mean? So other people who don't cook and put energy into love like that, then they have to find their means of showing love, right? Like, I mean, what about like just giving random niggas hugs? What do y'all think about that?
I think we should start a Hug a Thug campaign.
Hug a thug.
Hug a Thug 2018.
Hug a thug.
Yeah.
Call in right now for your Hug a Thug campaign.
Right.
Quick and easy.
Now here's my question. How do you show love?
I show love in different ways. I show love in the way that I nurture people. And if I see that somebody's having a bad day, I'll ask them, you know, is everything all right? You don't got to tell me, but the fact that somebody asked, that's a nice thing. If a lady in my office changed her hair, I'm looking at it like, oh my God, I like your hair. You know, I show love in different ways and kind of comical ways too, because there's laughter and love. There's love and laughter, I think.
To me, it's the individual. What's the need? What can I give? You know, there's a lot of love in giving. You know, if you're reaching a specific deficit that somebody might have, you know, that's a bit of sacrifice. And I think there's love. Love comes with a little bit of sacrifice.
And sharing. I think I show love just through sharing knowledge and anything that I learned. And I'm excited by it. I make sure I send it to all my friends.
Appreciate that, Trey. Hold on, wait a minute.
What?
So you share.
I share.
You know, niggas don't share.
Here you go. He mad.
You know what niggas do? Niggas that hate on you, and once they see you start climbing up, they'll pull you down. You know?
Like crabs in a barrel.
Yes.
Crabs.
But I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, that is not an anomaly amongst black people. It's a matter of who you're surrounding yourself with. In South Florida, it seems that we are surrounded and submerged in niggadom. That's my point. So yes, you're having that experience of quote unquote crab ass niggas, but what about crab ass crackers? I mean, I'm just saying, there's a white person mad right now because somebody hated on him too. So it's not a matter of cultural differences to me. It's a matter of the level of love also, because people are petty. It's so popular to be petty right now. What is that about? Like, get over yourself. How can you really reach within your soul and pull out such pettiness?
Stop being petty, y'all.
Oh my goodness.
Stop
It
being
is not of me. That's what I'm saying.
Petty ain't trendy in 2018.
Ugh, I hope not.
Stop it. Stop it.
But people are monetizing off of being petty. Just look at social media. Black Twitter.
Yeah,
It's all pettiness. It's all pettiness.
could be.
What you was talking about that Facebook page?
Yeah, it's a group conversation. If you have an ex, what's the pettiest thing that you do?
So niggas is brainstorming petty ideas. Niggas are brainstorming petty ideas. That's crazy. But it's getting clicks, right?
It's clicks.
Which means that they can sell advertising if they need to.
Yep.
They can advertise people to come to their events. They're building a marketplace around pettiness.
Incentivizing it.
They incentivize pettiness. That's crazy.
I'm afraid.
We gotta change it. We have to change it.
Gotta change it.
We're millennials. We have to change it. That's it. Y'all millennials too. I want to hear it.
No, we are.
Y'all are. They finally gave a timeline now. Like they defined the date by 1981 to 1996.
I think it's, yeah.
Something like that. I don't know. Don't quote me really. You don't know it's my crap. So, 1981 and on. So I mean, that means that to me, we have a responsibility to make a change. We're of that age range now that we have many resources that we should be able to do something about it.
I like the way you say that. And if I'm gonna get angry and there's something that bothers me, I should shut up unless I'm gonna do something about it. So as a result, my way, I'm just kind of brainstorming right now. My way of implementing some kind of change is going to be expressing myself to my fellow man. When I say expressing myself to my fellow man, expressing myself in a way which is constructive, positive, even if something that they don't necessarily want to hear, something that they can still grow from. I think that's what I'm going to do.
Dial 1-800-COVER today.
Yeah.
Each one teach one.
So constructive criticism.
Yeah. Because I mean, if you go to Red Lobster right now and they mess up your dish, what's the difference if you go to a black restaurant and they mess up your dish? Maybe you're not going to go back to the black restaurant like, oh, I can't stand black businesses. These niggas don't know what they're doing. But really, you're going to go back to Red Lobster for the cheddar biscuits. Like, no matter if it's, the waiter, messed you up. So why don't we give ourselves and our people those same opportunities to improve?
Have to.
Because if you don't know, then you don't know. You don't know what you don't know.
If it's in your own family too, if you got one, tell them, at least to give them the accountability to hear it from you. Just don't, leave them out there and let them just exist like that. If you're the closest person to them, you're the first one and the most acceptable person that they can get it from.
You're right. You're right. Yeah, you're right. So I'm gonna start with family. I'm gonna start with family first.
In conclusion, dial 1-800-COVER today for your free hugs. If you'd like to give a hug or you need a hug yourself, we have anonymous huggers online waiting for your call right now. 1-800-HUG-A-HUG. We put a paper bag over your face. Oh, glass half full. Cheers. All right. So cheers to the 1-800-HUG-A-HUG.
It is.
Hey, give thanks. All right, y'all. Have a good day. Peace. Thanks for watching.